Good morning, everybody. This is your phonics lesson for Monday, February 8th, and we are on lesson 15 of Unit 4. And we're going to get started with some chaining. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. We're going to do our chaining. So, like I said, we are on Lesson 15 of Unit 4, and our first step is to do some chaining. So our first word for today's chain is the word say. Say. So think about the word say. And now we're going to change the sound to d. What will the new word be? That's right, it's going to be day. Very good. All right, so now we're going to change the sound A to or. Or. So the new word is door. Good. All right, so now we're going to change the d sound at the beginning to fl, fl. That's right, it's floor. Good. All right, so now we're going to get rid of the ol in the middle. So it's just going to be four. Nice job. So now we're going to change the sound at the beginning to It is roar. Good. Okay. So now we're going to change the or sound to ode. It is road. Very good. So now we're going to change the the sound to t. So we're changing the to t in road. So now it's going to be toad. Very good. All right, so we're going to change the O in the middle to I. So the new word is tide. Very good. But now we're just going to get rid of the D sound. We're going to leave off the D sound at the end. So the new word is tie, like I tie my shoe. Good. All right, so we're going to change the T to B. Yeah. So what's the new word? It is by. Very good. We're going to change the I sound to E. What's on your tail? Yeah, something on your tail. So the new word is going to be B. Very good. So now we're going to add the sound n at the end of B. So the new word is bean. Good. All right, so now we're going to change the B sound at the beginning to So it is mean. Very good. Okay. So we're going to change E in the middle to A. So the new word is main. Nice work. We're going to change the at the beginning to G. G. So it's going to be gain. Good. All right. And the next word, we're going to change the G to ch. Ch. So the new word is chain. Nice. All right. And now we're going to add a J sound at the end of chain. So we're going to add j to the end. So the new word is change. Very good. All right, so we started with the word say, and we made one little sound change to each one, and we ended with the word change. Nice job. All right, so let's get back. Okay, so we did our chaining. Our first sentence, she's practically sitting on my computer. Yep, there it goes. Wow. Hold on. She kind of really made my computer go crazy. Hold on, I'm rewinding everything. Okay, let's share my screen again. Gotta make sure the cat is off this computer. All right, so the first sentence is Olive had to act like a cat in the play. And remember, we are looking at the blend at the end of the sentence or the end of the word, and we are changing the first sound of the blend. So if we look at the word act, we have act is the blend. So we're going to get rid of the k sound. So now the new word is at. Good. So at is the new word on the curve. All right, the next sentence is I'm hungry, he said. Don't skimp on the food. So skimp is the word on the curve, but let's break it apart so we can see what our blend is. We have skim. So is the blend skim. So we're going to lose the and our new blended sound is skip. What's the new word on the curve? It is skip. Very good. All right, the next sentence. Most of the summer we play outside. Most is the blend. We have most. So we're going to lose the part. So the new sound is moat. What's the new word going to be? It is going to be the word moat. Good. Next sentence. Her parents lift her into her seat. Lift is the sound. Lift. So the blend is the F and the T together. But we're going to lose the F. And so the new sound is lit. Lit. What is the new word on the curve going to be? It's going to be lit. Very good. Our last sentence is he went shopping at a bulk grocery store. Bulk. Bulk is the sound, and the ulk is the blend. We're going to get rid of the ol part and just have uh, so the new word on the curve is buck. Very good. Okay, so today's spoonerism should be pretty simple today. It is rocker socks. Rocker socks. What do you guys think that's supposed to say? Here it is. This is what it looks like. Rocker socks should say soccer rocks. You guys are so good. All right, our learning targets for today. Again, we're only going to do one of these. So the first one says, I can complete my spelling test, but we're not doing the spelling test. And the next one is, I can partner read the story, The Daydream. Okay, so we're actually going to skip this part because, like I said, we are not doing the spelling test. Okay, so we are at the story part of our lesson. And our story today is called The Daydream. So do you guys remember the setting of our last story, Wall Street? Where was it? So the last story took place in the subway. And remember, Kim and Kurt took the subway from Brooklyn to Manhattan because Kim was having difficulty finding a summer job in Brooklyn and she wanted to come to Manhattan to see if she would have better luck finding a job there. So today's story is called The Daydream. What do you think it means to daydream? Do you guys ever daydream? When people daydream, they usually like to think of happy things that they wish they could do or that they wish would happen. So, what is something that you like to daydream about? Like, I like to daydream about laying on the beach on some beautiful island with clear blue water and no sharks in it. What I like to daydream about. What do you guys like to daydream about? Would you pause the video and tell me? Or tell my cat since she's right here. Say hi, Minerva. Hi. Are you going to hang out with us? Okay. She's sniffing the mouse. All right. Before we read our story, we've got some spellings to review and a lot of vocabulary phrases to go over. Okay. So our first spelling is the A sound with AI as the spelling in the word train, A as the spelling in paper, A consonant E as the spelling in baseball, and AY in daydream. We have the E spelling, the the E sound with the EA spelling in daydream and team. And then we have the I sound with the I consonant E spelling in smile, life, and twice, the Y spelling in fly, and the I spelling in ninth, mind, and wild. So here are some vocabulary words. So a strike in baseball is when the batter does not hit the ball, like if they swing and miss the ball, or if the ball is in like a certain position and they don't swing at all. That's called a strike. A fly ball is when the ball goes up really, really high in the air. And then a home run is when someone hits the ball so hard and so far that they're able to go around all the bases and score a run before the ball gets thrown back to the home plate. Okay, so when someone says, "This is the life," that means that, hold on, sorry. My cat's doing something silly. Hold on, I'll be right back. Can't make my mouse move. There we go. Okay, I'm back. So when someone says, "This is the life," that is just an expression or a saying that people say when it's a good way to be living. Like I said, I daydream about being on the beach with beautiful blue, clear water. That would be like the perfect life for me. I would love to live that way. So I would say, "This is the life." And there's another phrase, the bee's knees. And that is an expression that means something is really great. And this expression was created in the 1920s as a slang term for excellence. Okay, we have a play-by-play, which is when you say out loud what someone sees happening at that moment. And in sports, you'll have a sportscaster who gives a play-by-play of what is happening to people who can't watch it. Like they'll do it over the radio because people can't watch the game, but they want to listen to the game and they want to hear what is going on. There's another one that says 2 out in the ninth inning, and that means that 2 players have struck out so far in the inning, and the ninth inning is usually the final inning of the game. Okay, we have a down by 2 runs. Now that's when a baseball team needs 2 more runs to even the score. Like say your team has 4 runs and the other team has 6. You're down by 2 runs. The phrase, "they don't like the call." That means that the umpire or like the judge has made a decision about a play and the fans do not like it. And then we have the phrase, it's out of here. And that is when a baseball player hits the ball so hard when they're batting that it cannot be caught. They hit it so far, it goes out into the stands or over the fence. So here are some baseball terms. We have a play by play, which means to say out loud what someone sees happening at that moment. Down by 2 runs means the baseball team needs 2 more runs to even the score. 2 out in the ninth inning. 2 players have struck out and not moved around the bases in the final inning of the game. Caller on my show is someone who calls on the phone to talk to a sports announcer while his show is on the radio or TV. So they'll talk to the caller live while their show is on. And we have a strike, and that's when a baseball player does not hit the ball and cannot move forward on the bases. And they don't like the call, means the fans do not like the umpire's decision about a play. A fly ball is when a ball goes high into the air. We have it's out of here, and that is when the player hits the baseball so far that it cannot be caught. A home run means to hit a ball so far the player can run around all of the bases in one turn to score a run. And then rounding the bases means you run around the bases. Okay, so we're going to read the story, The Daydream. So according to the table of contents, The Daydream starts on what page? 64. The Daydream. The subway train went on past Wall Street, going north. Kim looked at the job opening ads in the paper. Kurt looked up at the posters that were hanging on the walls of the train. One of them was a poster of 2 star baseball players. The players seemed to smile down at Kurt, as if to say, "This is the life, man." Kurt stared at the poster and daydreamed. He could hear a man speaking. The man was calling out the play-by-play for a baseball game. 2 out in the ninth inning, the man said. The home team is down by 2 runs. So, Mark, it looks like it's all up to Kurt Gunter at this point. Well, James, said a different voice, Kurt Gunter has had such a good year. As you know, the former spaceship pilot and race car driver is leading the team in hits, home runs, and runs batted in. He has hit the ball so well this year that most fans I've spoken with think he's the bee's knees. In fact, I had a caller on my show, Sports Yap, last week, who told me he thinks Gunter should make twice what they pay him. So Gunter steps up to the plate. Here's the pitch. It's a strike. The fans are mad. They don't like the call. They think it was a ball. But Gunter himself seems not to mind. He steps back into the box. Here's the pitch. Gunter swings. Smack! Look out, Mark! He's got a bit of that one. It's a long fly ball to the left. It's going. It's going. It's out of here. Kurt Gunter has hit a home run. Home run by Gunter. We win! We win! James, I'm telling you, that's why Kurt Gunter is a rich man. Gunter is rounding the bases. He tips his hat to the fans. The fans are going wild. They're shouting, Kurt, Kurt, Kurt. Just then, Kurt looked up. Kim was shaking him and saying, Kurt, 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 this is our stop. So, What prompted Kurt to start daydreaming, guys? Kurt saw the poster of the two famous baseball players on the subway, remember? What other jobs did we learn that Kurt supposedly has had in his daydream? In his daydream, Kurt has also dreamed about being a spaceship pilot and a race car driver. All right, so guys, that is it. Our learning target for today that we completed was to partner read the story, The Daydream. And so that's it. That's all we've got, guys. And you do not have any spelling work today, and you do not have any worksheets to work on today. So you just had to listen to the story. I am going to post the story because I want you to reread the story from today again. And that's it. You guys have a great afternoon, okay? And I'll see you later. Bye.